Alright, well, here we are. Next day, see daylight out the windows. Today we are getting the engine dropped into the black car. Like I said, this is just going to be, this is like part 2. The other video I went over just highlighting some things that we did with the car. And that's kind of what this is going to be. It's not really going to be like a how-to or an assemble video. So, everything's ready to go. We have the motor completely resealed. If you want to see any of that stuff, you can go back. I actually did a separate video on how to do the timing, put the timing belt and the water pump and everything in, so that'll be uploaded. And I got some other videos that I'm going to break apart and focus on some certain things. But this is going to be the video that just kind of like covers everything, and you can actually click in and check out some of them other videos. I'll put like the links in the description down below. That way you can just go right to them if you don't want to search on my page or channel, let's just say. So, in the motor's going, we're going to work on getting everything hooked up, and hopefully today we can actually start this thing up and not have to push it anymore. It's been tore apart here at my place probably for about, man, I got this thing, it had a bad transmission. I pulled the motor out back in July. It's now October, so that would have been like the beginning of July? First week of July, I pulled the motor out of this car because I was going to work on getting the transmission put down in, and they had a bunch of other stuff that just needed straightened out because whoever assembled the car at one time did a really bad job. Or just say, let's missed out on things because they didn't have the right parts or they weren't accessible to them. So, we'll cut this to a little bit of, how would you say it? Flash speed with some stupid music. So, here we go. Alright, got a little nick here, but nothing major. We got our center bolts in. I used a strap kind of just to try to hold this a little bit better of an angle. I had the jack underneath. It was actually tilting it back this way. It needed tilted that way. So I had to reposition that. And I used a jack stand to get that done. Now we're ready to actually install the trans. mount bracket into the frame rail. I'm going to get the transmission mount in. I'm going to take care of a couple other things here. And, well, we're just going to keep working on putting this thing together. We'll give you a little update when we're done. Well, little update now. Here's the black car. We, well, basically got the entire cooling system is together. I did just run this thing, brought it up to temp. Thermostat's working good. Everything's really nice here and assembled. Radiator's good. There's no leaks. I did end up bubbling over here a little bit. That's why that's there. We did. I did get brand new lower control arms. The bushings were bad in them. I can show you here in a second. I'll dig one out. I still got to put the battery tray in. I mean, there's still some things need to be done. Vacuum lines, coolant bottles installed. We got to charge up our air conditioning. You know, all the motor mounts are in. Everything looks decent. So let me see here. Yep, we got. I got new wheel well here. New wheel wells to put in. Got to get the boost gauge installed. I mean, there's still stuff that needs done inside the car. Here's a real nice set of vacuum lines that we're going to be installing. Yeah, here. Hopefully it's not too dark out here. But, you know, here's our control arms. You can see the bushing on the back of these was shot pretty good. So, but anyway, since I was just interrupted, that was actually, you know, both control arms now on the junk pile. So, you know, this thing is definitely, I mean, it's coming along. It is. You know, I think I'm going to try to find a nicer door panel. Just basically trying to get this thing fixed up with some of the parts that I have around. I mean, restoring these things right now at this point does definitely have its downfalls. I mean, I still have a bunch of parts available to me, so you know, that is all. I mean, it also adds to part of the problem. I got to decide what I'm doing with headlights. The bumper cover, I got to finish getting stuff assembled there. We have a really nice. I had a really nice intercooler. I stuck that in. I mean, like normal, all the studs are pulled out, so I got to do some repair work there. Just basically, you know what I mean. The valve cover got cleaned down. Everything, you know what I mean. The intake, cleaned the intake up. Just, you know, picked out what quality parts that I had laying around. You know what I mean. There's still some things that need to be assembled. Does have a Mopar valve on it. You know, but it is. I mean, honestly, it is coming along. It's gonna be a nice car. It's just, but yeah. I mean, there's the update so far on this. I wanted to get a little bit more. I wanted to kind of get the install of the control arms video in that, because they actually went in pretty easy, being this thing has coils on and it's sitting down just a little bit. So, I mean, but anyway, a long day. Had that yawn in. So, I mean, I got to get this stuff. I'm going to clean up here this evening. Just try to get some of this stuff taken care of. I got a couple more things I'm going to try to do to this thing yet tomorrow. When I start my day tomorrow. And, you know, just hopefully, maybe let's just say, hopefully we can get everything tucked up out here on the front end. Get the front bumper cover installed. Actually see what this thing looks like when it's actually back to looking like an SRT4. It's still going to need, you know, waxed and buffed and everything else. I mean, the new windshield, I don't know why someone needed to do that, but you know, the new windshield without any wiper marks is really nice. So I mean, that right there was a big help. We put some nicer trim here on the windshield. Just anything to try to make this thing look a little bit nicer, you know what I mean? Normal door ding chips will have to get touched up. But yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, this thing's definitely starting to turn out to be pretty decent. I mean, it does suck, you know. It's dry here, so we get dirt. So, yeah. That's it.